Hello and welcome to Seatrade Cruise Talks. We're back with another episode. Seatrade Cruise Talks is a series of educational content featuring cruise professionals and industry leaders discussing the challenges and opportunities of the current and future industry climate. You can sponsor a talk to align your brand with innovative thinking and recent trends, and to receive highly relevant, engaged leads that are seeking the sort of value your brand provides. Contact us at sales@seatradecruise.com or find us on socials at Seatrade Cruise. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our channel for weekly talks content.
I'm here with Mike Maura Jr, who is the CEO of Nassau Cruise Port. Hi Mike, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Fantastic. Perhaps you could start by telling our audience just a little bit about what brings you here today.
Nassau Cruise Port is excited to be participating in this Seatrade Cruise Sustainability competition. We are excited about the investments that we've undertaken beginning back in 2020 here in Nassau, Bahamas. Our project considers both marine and upland investments. We believe that with the work and the plans that we have in progress right now, and the exciting opportunity to showcase what we would have completed by April of next year, being 2023, that we really will bring a new definition to cruise port sustainability within our region in the Caribbean. And so that's essentially why we wanted to participate in this competition, and why we wanted to showcase the great work that we've been doing since early May of 2020.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on your nomination. And of course, it is fantastic to hear about all of the redevelopment that you're doing at the cruise port. And I wonder if you could potentially tell us a little bit more about the redevelopment project that's happening at Nassau Cruise Port and what that looks like.
Sure. So if one was to be overhead looking down on our port, obviously you have the piers themselves. And so we've had this wonderful opportunity to construct a brand new Oasis pier. We've also taken one of our existing piers and extended that to be able to accommodate an Oasis as well. And people often ask, so how many ships can you hold? And really, the fact is that, you know, ships have been growing in size for the last 15 years. They're going to continue to grow, but that doesn't mean that you just take the world's largest ships. You also have other ships. So we prefer to look at our investment in terms of opportunity, in terms of passenger counts. And whereas pre-construction, Nassau would have been blessed with close to 20,000 passengers in a given day, now we'll be able to exceed 30,000 passengers in a given day. So it's not so much about the number of ships as it is about the berths that those ships have.
Of course. Wow. It sounds like it is an extensive redevelopment that is going on there, and I'm extremely excited to see it all play out. I wonder, how has environmental preservation come to factor in these redevelopment plans?
It's at the core of our project. If you were to look at our marine investments, you would note that, and also this spills over into our upland construction as well, that we're going to have over 1 megawatt of solar. And so we expect to be using around 3.8 megawatts of power here at Nassau Cruise Port, and we will be introducing over 1 megawatt of renewables. And we're not just limiting it to solar, we're also looking at hydro as well, because we have a pretty good tide current that runs through the Nassau Harbor. So we will continue to invest in renewables in an effort to reduce the need of fossil fuels here at Nassau Cruise Port. That said, obviously, a big part of the experience that's going to happen here at Nassau Cruise Port is not limited to the day. Nighttime is special too. And obviously within our offices and so forth, we're going to be relying on LED lighting, again, with the intent of reducing that carbon footprint here at Nassau Cruise Port. And then with the use of green space and landscaping as well to soften what we'll call the hardscape at Nassau Cruise Port. And we've also gone beyond that. When you're handling for Nassau Cruise Port, when we're fully operational, we'll be handling over 4 million passengers, transit passengers a year. That's a lot of people, a lot of opportunity. But at the same time, those people are consumers. And so we have to look at how to reduce their carbon footprint, if I could use that example. And so, we're looking at recycling programs here in the Bahamas, specifically here in Nassau. But we're not restricting our focus to our property boundary at Nassau Cruise Port. We're going beyond that into the downtown area because our passengers explore New Providence. And so we want to be able to, again, reduce the impact that these 4 million people will have on our small island of 21/7. And so introducing recycling programs in the downtown area, as well as within the Nassau Cruise Port. We've also recently launched a vessel, a small vessel that will actually patrol the Nassau Harbor every single day. And we've created an environmental slogan and commitment, which is "It's in our hands," meaning it's up to us. And what that vessel will do every day is basically survey the Nassau Harbor and remove garbage and debris and plastics and so forth from the harbor every single day. They're not that debris is not originating from our operation or from the cruise lines themselves at all. It's just that we are a country of 700 islands with a lot of tide and a lot of boats and a lot of activity. And the Bahamas sits right off the coast of the United States. We're kind of at the top of the Caribbean, and unfortunately, garbage moves throughout the waters of the entire region. And so as it passes through the Nassau Harbor, we're going to do our part by removing as much of it as we can. And we're also engaging some of the cargo operators from a recycling perspective to see what they can do to help and work with us to be able to take some of the products that we are removing, either from the water or from the recycling program, in order to, convert that into either waste to energy or export, some of these materials back to where they can be used in some other process someplace else.
Wow. Honestly, that sounds fantastic. It's amazing to hear about some of the initiatives that you've put in place over the last couple of years to contribute to the port's green future, and also incorporating the local community in that as well. Just goes to show a fantastic blueprint of what's possible. Touching on one of your earlier points, when you're talking about the increase in passengers that's likely to come from some of these redevelopment plans, how can we continue to engage cruise passengers in local and sustainable initiatives whilst they're traveling, do you think?
In my opinion, the destination's branding has a lot to do with that, because I think for the most part, all of us that are traveling someplace, whether it's by air or sea, are doing a little bit of homework in terms of the destination we're going to be visiting and how the destination brands itself and portrays itself in marketing and social media and so forth. And I think that we are very focused in our branding on uniquely authentic. We're not looking to be another franchise destination. You won't find luxury brands within our space. Our space is very much about featuring and promoting our culture of the Bahamas. And as well as bundled with that, obviously, because we are an island nation, we are very dependent on sun, sand, and sea. And there needs to be a respect for our marine ecosystem. And as much as our visitors are coming here to sit on the beach and swim in the waters and so forth, if they know up front that there's a true commitment on the part of the people of the Bahamas and the destination to respectfully and responsibly engage the marine environment and have fun, but to do it responsibly, I think that's a big part of the communication that we have to put out in front, so that as these guests are arriving, for the most part, they already understand what the rules of engagement are. And it's going to be a lot of fun, a wonderful time, but at the same time, a lot of respect for our marine ecosystem.
Fantastic. That definitely seems like the best way to move forward. And I guess I'd just love to ask you, off the back of that, what are some of the main things that you feel like cruise passengers should know about the Bahamas as a destination?
Well, I mean, the Bahamas has been blessed from a geographic standpoint, being so close to the Florida market. And obviously with the ports of Miami, Port Everglades, Canaveral, you know, we are positioned to see and welcome so many people. In 2019, over 8 million cruise visitors touched Bahamian Islands.
Wow.
A lot of visitation, a lot of arrivals, a lot of opportunities. We have, at the same time, the cruise industry itself has invested considerable sums, well over $1 billion, in out island unique experiences, and they all have, you know, some unique experience that they've cultivated and developed, whether it's in Grand Bahama, whether it's in the Berry Islands, you know, whether it's in Eleuthera, off of Eleuthera, and Half Moon Key and so forth. And I think that if you look at the Bahamas and if you've been here, what's wonderful about it is while we are one country, there are so many different experiences because we're geographically within our little country, we have unique experiences. So you're not going to get the same experience in Nassau that you're going to find in Eleuthera, or you're going to find in the Berry Islands, or you're going to find in Grand Bahama. They're all going to be different. That said, the country is blessed with that beautiful, clear turquoise water, and lots of sun, and, you know, both pink and white sand beaches. And so I think that as people think about the Bahamas, one, I think they should know that there is a passion for tourism. It is the driver of our economy. Over 50% of our GDP comes from tourism, which means that we have to step up and do it right. And so there's a very serious commitment to our guests when they come and visit us, no matter which island they land on. And I think that with what we have planned for 2023, you know, we've created this little slogan, you know, Nassau is the place to be in 2023, because our waterfront would have changed and there would be something so new. The fact is that our Nassau, our town of Nassau, our city of Nassau is over 500 years old. And so what we're doing is actually, you know, using that, promoting that, featuring that, and again, with this focus of uniquely authentic, so that when people land here, the story that they're going to be able to tell, whether it's by purchasing authentic Bahamian products, whether it's by talking with local artists that have created a work of art right in front of you that you can take with you and you would have met the artists themselves, whether it's going through our living coral exhibit, which is part of a impact theater experience, whether it's going to our Junkanoo Museum, which is under construction right now. The fact is that you will have a story, a unique story to tell when you go back home that you wouldn't have not had in any other jurisdiction that you visited.
Wow, honestly, I'm sure that will speak to our viewers because I know that I can't wait to visit the Bahamas. It's definitely on my bucket list. And yeah, as you said, Nassau is the place to be in 2023. And off the back of that, thank you so much for joining us today and congratulations on your nomination. I was just wondering why you feel like you should win.
Well, first of all, I think that the team and I feel that whoever does win, we will applaud them because they would have done things. We think we're doing something phenomenal here in Nassau. From that uniquely authentic perspective, from the investment in renewables of over 1 megawatt of solar, and looking for other opportunities. The fact that we are, you know, in the water every single day removing garbage from our sea. The fact that we are introducing a recycling program, both not just in the port, but in the downtown district as well. And the fact that, you know, we're featuring something that's different and unique. And I think that focus on uniquely authentic is also sustainable from an economic perspective. And because what it does is it allows our local artisans, our culture, our people to look within and cultivate and develop products and services and art and so forth and entertainment that can be sustainable, that isn't harming and isn't relying on metals and plastics and different things that are coming from someplace else. That said, if someone else were to win, we would applaud them because they must be doing something quite phenomenal as well. But you know, we're giving it our best shot, and we're excited about it, and we think we have a good chance.
Of course. Well, I can't wait to see who wins, and I appreciate you touching on that, because as you mentioned, sustainability goes to speak for so many avenues. You know, it's not just about the environment, but your commitment to the local community and bringing them into everything you do is very commendable. And I just can't wait to visit Nassau in 2023.